So it seems, ladies and gentlemen, that the crypto market has yet again entered a very interesting phase. As you can see right here, major financial firms including Visa, MasterCard, BlackRock, Coinbase, and American Express to launch a joint crypto stablecoin. This is by far the most important news that came out today, and even though it doesn't really surprise me because it seems that every single company out there is launching stablecoins over the past couple of months, it kind of still surprises me that these are doing it in a joint fashion, because over the past couple of months we've been stating that every single company will want their own. And so it's already to me kind of weird that Visa and MasterCard combined, and then Visa, MasterCard with BlackRock and Coinbase and American Express, like it's the freaking Avengers here of payments and I guess money with BlackRock in there, all joining together. Now a couple more things have to be said. One, today, right, July 1st, so officially tomorrow, marks a new era for the crypto market. On the one hand, we've got new rules coming for every single European, and that's why I gotta quickly rep it. I personally trade over on Blowfin. If you want to trade over on there, you can do so from any country in the world. It's linked down below. Some trades are good, some trades are absolutely awful. Still, I get reminded of my almost $600,000 in the drain position nearly every single day. I love looking at that. I'm like a masochist, I guess. Anyway, I wanted to say, July 1st, as it says right here, crypto firms without this license must stop serving EU users or face enforcement. There'll still be a ton of exchanges though who just operate like normal. Again, WeX linked down below, they'll still continue on like normal. Blowfin will continue on like normal from any country in the world, wherever you're from. Because obviously, if it's no KYC, you can do whatever you want, right? But also, I should say, even in the UK, they officially confirmed now some new regulations will be coming up. I believe September or so of this year is when the registration period opens. And then the new changes will really only come into effect somewhere next year. But it's the idea that counts, that much is happening over in that front. Also, take a look. $4.7 trillion JP Morgan says tokenization could modernize the US financial system. Just damn, so much is happening right now. Completely different angle, but still very much worth noting, the S&P 500 had a very interesting day today, but it surged back above 7,500 in the end, now just 1.6% away from a fresh record high. So we're actually doing record-breaking numbers again. Even though over the past couple of days there have been so much fears over the AI bubble coming up and perhaps bursting and perhaps things only getting worse, when you look at the numbers, that really is not being reflected. We are seeing some, like I just told you, almost record-breaking numbers yet again. And where is that fear? I mean, the crypto market is seeing some downtime. We definitely saw it. A lot of crypto holders got wrecked again today, with Bitcoin going to 58.5 thousand. But isn't it kind of interesting that if only we just went for stocks, we'd be having a freaking field day every single day? Now, before I move on, I should also say, if you're interested in trading, and specifically trading but using AI, I definitely recommend you guys to check out this website right here. There's a little guide over on there, if you give out your email, that basically explains how to connect Claude or perhaps ChatGPT or whatever AI really that you're using to TradingView to go ahead and get charts that look absolutely stunning. I'm trying to grab open one right now. Here's just an example. This is not the best of the best. It's just an example of what it could do. It can bring charts for you to any extent, right? If you want something to be drawn in or you want a strategy fully backtested, you can now do that with the power of AI, which I think is one of the most beautiful things ever. This chart here, 0% work on my own. And I really think that's the way for the crypto market to go forward, or at least for most traders, because, if we're talking about any sort of announcement coming out or anything happening in stocks, if you're doing everything manually, you're almost always too late. But you can automate these things with the power of AI now. So that's one of the most beautiful things out there. Bitcoin extends the losses below 58.5. Absolutely atrocious to watch that. On the opposite side, another sector I'm heavily invested into, US chip stocks are on a historic run. The semiconductor index has outperformed the S&P by 85 percentage points year to date, on pace for the best half-year outperformance in history. And it also makes sense because AI is so freaking hyped up. But even though everybody's saying, no, this is gonna turn around, we're going to zero, the funny thing is, AI just keeps doing better and better every single day. And I've covered many times that the ETFs, I personally think, will go a lot slower than the way we had retail, basically FOMOing in and out of crypto. But now the numbers are actually showing something slightly different. And this is not something I like to cover, but I have to. I feel the obligation to. Because apparently one thing we're seeing is that these ETFs, which is basically the Bitcoin institutional money, right? We always thought was flowing in nicely, which it was over the past couple of years, ever since it got introduced. But what we're seeing actually these past couple of months, specifically this month, is record-breaking numbers of outflows. And this basically means the institutions are selling more than they are buying. And obviously that's causing the price to go down, but I believe for the most part it's also a reflection, or I guess a thing that happened because the prices are going down. And I should also mention that about this stablecoin of before, it's actually open standard. So the big stablecoin I talked about that had Coinbase, Visa, MasterCard, everybody, it really, I'm not joking by the way, has literally every single company you could ever think of. Visa, Stripe, Adyen, Cloudflare, like Western Union, it's the most random bunch, but it's a lot of major banks, the DBS, as you can see right here, MoneyGram, it's a lot of these major banks, a lot of these main payment providers like Ripple, Google even here in the middle. It wouldn't surprise me to see freaking Red Bull in the middle all of a sudden. We got Abu Dhabi Islamic Bank, we got eToro, we got IBM. Yeah, just a whole bunch of everything in this list coming together for this stablecoin with, as it says right here, a backing of 140 financial and crypto firms. The goal is to make digital dollar payments faster and cheaper. And well, I'm loving it because I don't really want to leave the crypto space. Also, a little message over from Coinbase. We've seen over 40 countries commit to buying Bitcoin in some fashion for the national balance sheets. Let's quickly watch this video.
We've seen over 40 countries commit to buying Bitcoin in some fashion for their national balance sheets or other. So I'm seeing every day a deluge of new institutional investors that are interested in the asset class. So I appreciate for folks who don't have that perspective, they're looking for some grand gesture or grand event. But for those of us who have the luxury of being on the inside, all we're seeing is steady growth, even if the headlines don't match that.
And ladies and gentlemen, what he said right there sounds like music to my ears. Even though the headlines, they don't show it, at the end of the day, even though the institutions right now may look to have some crazy outflows, this will most likely very soon just turn right back around and we'll see this whole wave of FOMO right back. And really, the thing is, if you look back at this time, most likely the best course of action, and this is not financial advice, would have been to just be a degenerate bull and just freaking go for it all the way, never give up. And even though in the short term it looks hard, it really tends to be not the easiest thing to do when you're in it. In hindsight, it'll most likely have been the best decision also because we've got Trump backing us. That counts for something. Mostly that he just said he wants the US to be the crypto capital of the world. It's countries buying now. It's not a freaking random ass asset that can literally go to zero anymore. I personally believe we already achieved so much more than I really ever thought was possible. I just personally think it's a matter of playing the game the way it's designed, and that also means riding the freaking waves whenever they come. Right now we're on a bit of a downwards curve, but eventually we'll be happy that we stayed. And that's about it for this little crypto message. Yeah, that's about it for everything that's going on. Crazy world.